Hello anyone and everyone who's for joining me. I'm in the midst of walking to the Kyocera Dome in Osaka to later on watch a baseball game. West Buffaloes are playing the Saitama Seibu Lions and I have tickets. So I'm way early. I'm walking there to pick up my tickets. I'm just gonna hang around the stadium. And I love walking places when I travel because it gives you an idea of the town more than just getting in the subway and dealing with the darkness. So I'm walking. It's Google predicted an hour and 7-minute walk from my hotel. We're about halfway through because I need my phone to still be charged after the game so I don't get stranded. So walk along with me. I'm at a stoplight, but it's a cultural faux pas to not crosswalk. It's a faux pas to crosswalk, so I'm definitely not going to be that foreigner that brings the wrath of an entire country. Unfortunately, other people in our country are bringing that wrath. So on this walk, I made a few turns, but for the most part, this road leads to the stadium. So I shouldn't get lost. But if I do get lost, there is something fun about getting lost in a foreign city and then figuring out where you're at, and helps you to remember that. That is actually it's the first or second. Not many people have honked their horn here, though this town is reminding me a little bit of Chicago. And Chicagoans honk their horn way more. Still figuring out which side of the sidewalk to walk along, because in Tokyo they drive on the left-hand side. Well, they do here too, so walkers follow the same path. Like if you're on a sidewalk, if you're passing by someone, you pass on the left. But Osaka is the opposite, where it is usually on the right, but people all the time just pass wherever. I'm still trying to figure out culturally what's going on. But I think that's a bigger question for Japan as a whole. Such a fascinating place. Give you a look around a little bit. To the right over there is one of the rivers that run through town. I think that's another reason why this place reminds me of Chicago, is that there's a major river that a lot of things are based around of. I think it's called the Donburi. But even though I think we're on a port, so there is a port nearby. but the bulk of the city is centered along the rivers. So we're walking parallel to the river. And again, we're heading to the Kyocera Dome where the Oryx Buffaloes play. I adopted the Oryx Buffaloes as my Japanese team, mostly because of Ichiro Suzuki, the famous baseball player for the Seattle Mariners. He came from the Oryx team, which when he played for them, they were the Oryx Blue Wave. When he left and went to Seattle, the Oryx Blue Wave merged with the Kinetsu Buffaloes and then became the Oryx Buffaloes. And the Oryx Blue Wave, when Ichiro played, they played in Kobe, which is it's west of Osaka. I'm not sure if it's considered a western suburb or if it's properly its own, but they played in Kobe. So when they merged, they moved to Osaka in this dome, formerly called the Osaka Dome. Now it's called the Kyocera Dome. I'm still not sure how to pronounce. I don't know if it's Osaka, like heavy on the O, even though I keep saying Osaka, like heavy on the first A. So I'm not sure. If someone tried to correct me, I probably wouldn't understand. So we're gonna go as we have the green light, but I have no idea when that's gonna change. And there are a lot of these little Suzuki trucks. Even though it just hit me, it's kind of cute. It almost hit me. Did I say it hit me? It wasn't really that close. I'm being dramatic. Hopefully I'm not shaking my phone too much and giving people motion sickness. I know I've watched some other videos from streetwalkers and they have a more professional setup than me just using my phone. But that's not what I have. And speaking of streetwalkers, I got a story that happened in Tokyo. I will share that with anyone interested. Not in this video though. This is a family-friendly video. Whenever there are construction projects or like anything blocking the street, you'll see people like the guard we just passed. He's basically conducting traffic, but they have really cool uniforms, more than just the yellow vests we give people in the States. Oh, if you look ahead, we can now see the top of the dome of the Kyocera Dome. It is described as looking like a spaceship. That is the first glimpse of it. We can definitely tell more when we get here. Look at that nice bike. take the long way around. A little more walking won't hurt. You look at this little Suzuki. Meiji is the candy company in Japan. I like some of the chocolates. They're not the only candy company, but they're one of the famous candy companies. And the name Meiji either came from like an old-time family that ruled Japan, or it's definitely considered like an era of Japanese history, the Meiji history. And then there's a baseball stadium and a park, like a huge shrine and park around Shinjuku, called the Meiji Jingu area, which preceded the candy company. That's where they got the name from. I don't know what that street sign is across the way, but the pink areas with the roses are nice. It's almost like it's signaling it as like a district, but again, I don't know what it means. I'm using Google Maps to walk around, and their transit map is awesome too. I know I came here in 2010, which is pretty, I think it was still before smartphones became what they were, and definitely before Google Maps was what it is now. So I don't know how I got around, but I didn't get lost. But it's definitely way more convenient with Google Maps now. Because here, I don't even know where the street signs are. And if I was looking for a street sign, it would be in a language I couldn't read anyway. So. If you look across the way, you'll see Family Mart. We passed another. Convenience stores in Japan are at another level. And the three big ones here are 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson. There are a few others, but those seem to be the top three. But you can go in there and get a really good meal for cheap. And even though a lot of this stuff is packaged, it's still like real ingredients. Unlike a lot of what we offer in the States. to the right, there's some sort of shrine. Let me stop for a minute. I like the colors. I'll show the upward view too. Like all along this path there are, like if the building's not like a business skyscraper, there are more than likely apartments above it. I don't know what kind of car that is, but it's very cute and European. Yeah, I don't recognize that logo. Peak of a sandwich. Looks like a cool street to get on. Parktown. But we are on a mission to get to the Kyocera Dome, so that will be another day or another time. I don't know what Yoshinoya is, but I like that signage. Oh, it's a restaurant. Oh, the beef and rice, I think it's called gyudon. I may be wrong. Somebody can correct me, but I won't listen to you. I've seen this store a couple times, Aoki. Oh, it's formal. I don't know what it was exactly. building. Now on this walk, I am wearing my wife's Buffaloes jersey for the former pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who now pitches for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I'm sure when people look at me and they see my white skin, but because I'm wearing a jersey, they probably think I speak Japanese and I'm local. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. Oh, I like that blue of that. Again, it's a little, so I don't know if that was a little Suzuki or a little Subaru. They have some very different model cars here. And I usually don't even care about cars. If I didn't have a destination, I'd really cross that Lime Bridge just because that is such a beautiful color to paint a bridge. See what kind of drink options we have. I'm going to pause for a minute and show you the passing by traffic, because I've lost the dome. I don't know how I'd lose a 50,000 seat dome stadium, but I'd see it on the skyline anymore, so I'm going to check Google Maps to see if if I somehow took a wrong turn. That reminded me of a Godzilla movie, like when you like turn a corner, you think he's gone, and then you look around the wrong corner and there's Godzilla, just waiting to stomp on you, or anybody. So here we are, the Kyocera Dome in Osaka, Japan. I'm gonna watch baseball tonight. But first I'm gonna get my ticket and then get something to eat. I'll show you the walk up to the concourse if I can find it. Alright, there's the concourse to the right. Let's see how to get up there. Let's see what's outside. I'm just gonna go this way and hope to find a stairwell up. Looks like there's one coming up here. Oh, here's a stairwell. Alright, we're going up. I think Japan in general has a great reputation of having clean cities. That's definitely true in Tokyo. The day I've been in Osaka, granted I haven't seen a whole lot, I would say it's still, like, rate that on a scale of US cities. Like, this is spotless, but Osaka seems to be slightly more unkempt than Tokyo, which for how many people are in both places, it's incredibly surprising. Alright, we made it to the concourse. These are the gates of the stadium. I don't have a drone, otherwise I would show a better, like, zoomed out view of what this building looks like, because it's bizarre. But that's something you can find. We'll go around to the ticket gate. And we'll call that our final destination on this video. Again, I don't totally know where I'm going, but that's how I travel. I guess that's the meaning of the name Lo-Fi Adventure. You plan a little bit, you wing a lot, and see what happens. Alright, so they're setting this up for the game. Well, of course, next to the spaceship-looking dome, there are two water, I assume they're water towers, but they're water balls. Actually, they look like a joke from the Naked Gun movie, too. I won't retell that joke, because that's probably copyrighted. But you can imagine that joke yourself. This concourse has a nice look over at least part of the town. So I'll zoom out. Other concourse below. You see it. I shall end the video here. Thanks for anyone who's watching along, and hopefully the Oryx Buffaloes win tonight when they play. Bye.